Hey everyone, it's Jen, and I'm here today with a spoiler-free review of Another Brooklyn by Jacqueline Woodson. Jacqueline Woodson is most well known for her middle grade and young adult novels. Her most recent book is Brown Girl Dreaming, which is a middle grade memoir of sorts and actually won the National Book Award last year for young people's literature. This is her first adult novel that I know of, and it's actually very short, just under 200 pages. And it was just announced that this novel was longlisted for the 2016 National Book Award for fiction. So this book opens with August, our narrator, returning to New York City for the funeral of her father. During this time, she thinks back on her coming of age in Brooklyn, her relationships with her family, and her relationships with the friends that she had during that time. So the writing in this book is beautiful. It's immediately obvious that Jacqueline Woodson has a background in poetry, which makes her prose gorgeous. I wanted to pull some quotes to show you guys what I was talking about, but there are things that I loved on almost every single page, so I just picked the first page. First of all, I love the first line of the novel. For a long time, my mother wasn't dead yet. Very intriguing, very much makes you want to read on. But I'm just going to read you a section that is from page 1. If we had jazz, would we have survived differently? If we had known our story was a blues with a refrain running through it, would we have lifted our heads, said to each other, "This is memory," again and again until the living made sense? Where would we be now if we had known there was a melody to our madness? Because even though Sylvia, Angela, Gigi, and I came together like a jazz improv, half notes tentatively moving toward one another until the ensemble found its footing and the music felt like it had always been playing, we didn't have jazz to know this was who we were. We had the top 40 music of the 1970s trying to tell our story. It never quite figured us out. So the whole book is filled with quotes like that, and I just really loved it. The writing style is a little bit more stream of consciousness, so if that's not what you're into, this might not be the book for you. But usually I'm not a big fan of that style of writing, and I still really enjoyed this. The story lends itself to small vignettes of August's teen and preteen years. Pieces of her life are presented to us as memory snapshots of the past. The narrative moves between the past and the present, and this contributes to the fact that August is a little bit of an unreliable narrator, as we all are when looking back. August, as an adult, is an anthropologist who studies death, and pieces of this are in many chapters and sort of tie the central themes of the novel together. Some examples of this. In eastern Indonesia, families keep their dead in special rooms in their homes. They're dead not truly dead until the family has saved enough money to pay for the funeral. Until then, the dead remain with them, dressed and cared for each morning, taken on trips with the family, hugged daily, loved deeply. In Fiji, so that the dead were not left alone in the next world, their loved ones were strangled in this one, the family reunited in the afterlife. Passages like this throughout the novel really show August's preoccupation with death and family and what happens when someone from a family has died, which really reveals a lot about August's state of mind throughout the novel and how she copes with loss and death within her family and within her community. And through these types of passages and the memories of August's time in Brooklyn and her childhood before that in Tennessee, the reader really gets inside August's head, and I empathized with her so much as Jacqueline Woodson slowly revealed the pieces that made August who she was. Through the use of August's knowledge of death in many cultures, her work, through the flashbacks to Brooklyn and her teen years, even to the flashbacks of her childhood time in Tennessee with her mother and father and brother. And it's those pieces that really shape who August is, and that's the story that Jacqueline Woodson is trying to tell. It's very much a character story as you slowly learn more about August and what shaped her into the person that she is telling the story today. Overall, I gave this novel 4.5 out of 5 stars. It really stuck with me, and I highly recommend it. And actually, I'm very lucky because next weekend, Jacqueline Woodson is going to be speaking at the National Book Festival in Washington, D.C., and hopefully I will be able to make it down there to hear her speak and even get her to sign my copy of Another Brooklyn, hopefully. So I hope that I manage to do that. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please let me know if you plan on picking up Another Brooklyn, or if you've already read it, please tell me what you think. I would love to talk about it. If you want to see more of what I'm reading, be sure to check me out on Goodreads and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!